Shakur Stevenson silences all of his critics and proves to the boxing world that he is no running man. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. So, we had Shakur Stevenson versus William Zapeda. All right, it's a much anticipated fight in a joint co-main event. It was a joint main event, I believe, at the Louis Armstrong Center, Queens, New York, New York. Okay. Shakur Stevenson has been receiving a lot of negative, well, for the past how many years, couple of years, a lot of negative attention, a lot of negativity in the sense of a lot of the fighters and a lot of the supporters and, you know, the supporters of other fighters like to, they constantly saying Shakur Stevenson is a runner. Personally, I don't see Shakur Stevenson as a runner, personally, and I never really have. I've watched a few of his fights where he's been a bit overactive, bit excessive movement, I would have called it. But the thing with Shakur is he lets his hands go and he likes to stick a move sometimes. He has got skills. Turkey Al-Sheikh has recently come out and said he doesn't like these Tom and Jerry fights. Okay, Shakur Stevenson being one of those guys who's a bit of a mover, that slick type of fighter. If you saw him against Josh Padley, you noticed that he weren't really moving too much. He stood in the pocket with Josh Padley and was striking with him, fighting with him in the pocket, going to the inside, going to the body and stuff like that, using the frame and to get Padley off of him to make space. I don't know if some of you guys see this, but Shakur is actually a very competent inside fighter and he's very comfortable fighting on the inside. And it's something that he actually stated at the end of the fight, in the post-fight interview. He said, look, in this fight, I took excessive damage. Right, I took more damage than I usually take in any fight, and that's because I stood in the pocket and fought him. Because, you know, the whole talk of these Tom and Jerry fights. So I was saying to Shakur, I was shouting at the end of towards the end of the fight that Shakur should just get on his bike and stick a move, just stick a move until it gets to more or less the last round or the last minute of the last round of the 12th round, and then go to war with Zapeda for the last minute. Just stick a move for a bit. There's nothing wrong with moving and pumping your jab, right? What we don't want to see is what William Skull did against Canelo and what Devin Haney did against Ramirez. That was an absolute disgrace, and that was running, right? So anyway, Shakur silences all of his critics with a unanimous decision. He stood in the pocket and fought with Zapeda. He shows you that he has levels to his game. Listen, he surprised a lot of people and he silenced a lot of his critics. So it's something that I saw. When I watched the Padley fight, I thought, right, I think Shakur's capable of standing with Zapeda and fighting with him. But, you know, a lot of people didn't. But he's proved his critics wrong, and I'm glad he did. And now I've noticed a lot of these critics that were criticising Shakur have not made videos. They've made videos on Edgar Berlanga getting knocked out and tried to troll Edgar Berlanga, but they're not making videos on Shakur and saying, we was wrong. Anyway, you know what? You was wrong. Do us a favour, smash the like button, hit that bell for notifications to get all the new latest videos.